According to the Rav, the Rebbe to make Sim from Rosh Chodesh Mנחem Ovedim 15 Be'ov. The Sim Mesechta today will be in Lezecher Nishmas Arav Achosid Pinchas Aaron Ben Benzien. He was a pioneer that was in Miami, was sent by the Rebbe, I think Tovshin Chof, for 62 years. The name is Pinchas Aaron Weberman. I would like to ask the Einiku of Pinchas Aaron to make a Sim Mesechta. It's going to be a Mesechta Tainis, and everybody is asked to please stay and Ragam Zdoke B'Tzibur. The name is Avraham Genibish. Avraham Nosson. Oh, that's the Rebbe's.
Last Mishnah in Tainis, there's a Amar Rav Shimon Gamliel Loyo Yom Tovim LiYisrael Kal Mishnah Asa Ba'av Yom Kippurim. It says that it's actually very apropos. We're in Av, coming up special day. That there was nothing like Tu B'Av, and the Gemara gives a bunch of reasons why Tu B'Av was very, very special. One of the reasons why the Gemara says was because that's the day that the nights start getting longer, and we have more time to learn at night, and we have a source of learning more at night. So the Rebbe has a hadron, like he has on almost every Masechta, multiple and some. And the Rebbe asks, what's so special about learning at night, and what's the addition? If you're if you have you're a yid who learns all the time and you have terasum nasi, then you're daf mechuyev during the summer, during the winter, at night and day. What's the difference? If you're balesik, then adrabeh, it's probably more impressive to learn during the day when you steal a little bit from your work and you learn during the day. So what's this special learning at night that it says that learning at night called the Maisif Yosef, that anyone who adds learning is going to add days to his life, and called the Lo Yosef Yosef, the Lo Maisif Yosef. And if you're not going to add, then you're going to be it says that the mother is going to bury the son. So what's so special about this learning at night? So the Ramah says that the learning at night, when the nights become longer, when you learn at night, there's an extra schooler that you get. It's not shy to the chiyuv of learning that a person has during in general. You get a special something by learning at night. But if so, then if it's something extra, then what's the loy ma'aseh yosef? So you don't have the extra thing. What do you mean yosef? What's the big deal? The Rambam says two lashonos about learning. The Rambam says Misha Ratz Elias Muchter B'Keser Torah. Someone who wants to have the Keser Torah should learn, should never take his mind off learning, and pas Malach Toichal, Mayim Mishura, Tishta, Balart Yoshin. Then a second lashon he says Afal Pisha Mitzvah Lumei Torah B'Yom Ein Adam Loimed Roiv Terasei Ela B'Laila. A person learns most of his Torah at night, and he says the lashon Levicha Misha Ratz Elizakis B'Keser HaTorah. The Rebbe asked what's the difference between L'Zakis B'Keser HaTorah and Lias Muchter B'Keser Torah. He says by learning in general. So the Rebbe explains that by learning in general, Torah, it's Muchter B'Keser HaTorah. You use the Torah. The Torah is like a crown of glory. It's an object that you glorify yourself with. But at night, he says L'Zakis B'Keser HaTorah. It seems like there's something in Torah which is called Kisra Shel Torah, the Keser of Torah, meaning that you get a special. You tap into a part of Torah that you don't tap into during the day, and this is the Noisin of Torah, that you tap into the fact that you're learning Torah because the Noisin of Torah gave it to you, not because it's some type of wisdom or you want to gain knowledge, but you're learning because you want to connect to Hashem. So when it says Kol D'Maisiv, anyone who adds, it's not that he's adding in his own life. It means he's adding his life of Olam Haba and the eichus of Torah. And when it says Kol D'Loi Ma'asev Yosef, it means that he doesn't have this eichus, he doesn't get this eichus in the Torah that he has when he learns at night. And what's so special about learning at night that he has this extra eichus? Because night is an Indian of shiflus, regesh shel shiflus. There's a certain bittul that a person has, and when he learns with that bittul, that helps him get that level of Kisur Shel Torah. What's the connection to Tu B'Av? Right, this is connected to after Tu B'Av. The days that it says that Tu B'Av is special because the days after become shorter. Adarabba, it seems like Tu B'Av is the opposite of the days after Tu B'Av, because Tu B'Av is Kaima Sira B'Ashlemusa. The days after, the moon's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The nights are getting longer. The darkness is getting longer. So what's the connection to this reason of what's so special about Tu B'Av to Tu B'Av itself? So the Rebbe says that the moon, the Yidden is compared to the moon, and every Inyan that you have by the moon, you have by Yidden. So by Yidden, you have the leading up, the moon gets smaller and bigger. So you have Ma'alim B'Kodesh. So leading up to the middle of the month, the moon is smaller and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You have Ma'alim B'Kodesh. Now, what's the Inyan of the second half of the month, where the moon starts getting smaller? Don't we know that there's something called Ma'alim B'Kodesh? What do the Yidden have that they should get smaller and less? So the Rebbe explains that's the cycle of everyone's effort. That a person works very hard to get to a certain goal, and he's working, he's getting bigger, he's getting stronger. Finally, he reaches his goal. He could think he's on top of the world. Right away, he has to realize he has to start being mevatel himself. He has to start lowering his own ego and start working on the next project. He shouldn't feel like he's at the top. So, and actually, the working of getting smaller is greater than the part of the first half of the month when you get bigger. Because the first half of the month when you're getting bigger, when the person is reaching his goal, he gets the Ur of Hashem. But by being mevatel yourself, you oisi atam loikim. David just says you have the Mar, you get the Mar itself. And this is the connection to Tu B'Av of the days getting smaller, and obviously it's since it's right before El, this is a preparation to Chodesh El, a keli made by having this bittul. You get yourself ready to go to greet the king in the field, and the king's going to be makabel everyone to save upon the miyafis, which marapon sheikhos kulam. I'm just going to end off here so we can make the סיום. Tanu Rabbanan. Yefeifes shebehen ma'u oimris tanu einechem liyofi she'eina isha elo liyofi. Yichas shebehen ma'u oimris. What did the Yichasim say? Ma'u oimris tnu einechem lemishpacha. Look at their family. Fi she'eina isha elo libanim mechoraris shebehen shemachar shebehen ma'u oimris. And the ugly ones, what would they say? Ku mikachem l'shum shemayim. Take l'shem shemayim. U'bavad shetatrunu bezohim. And dressed them up. Omar Ula Beira, Omar Rabbi Lazar, Asa Kosh Baruch Hu Lasis Machal Tzadikim V'Yesha B'Neim B'Ganedim, Talach V'Yechad Mar B'Tzpoi Shnemar, Omar B'Yemo Yina Lein Azez, Gevino Le V'Yeshenu Zeh Hashem Gevino Le Nagila V'Nisruch V'Shuasi Hadalach V'Shleishim Prakam V'Sigul V'Mesachas Tainis, Hadalach V'Shleishim Prakam V'Sigul V'Mesachas Tainis. Hadalach V'Mesachas Tainis V'Hadin Allah, Daitin V'Mesachas Tainis Daitin Allah. Le'im Snashim V'Nov V'Mesachas Tainis V'Snashim V'Nov Le'im Alahim Le'im Alahas. Hadalach V'Mesachas Tainis V'Hadin Allah, Daitin Allah V'Mesachas Tainis Daitin Allah. Le'im Snashim V'Nov V'Mesachas Tainis V'Snashim V'Nov Le'im Alahim Le'im Alahas. Hadin Allah V'Mesachas Tainis V'Hadin Allah. Down. Then V'Mesachas Tainis Daitin Allah. Le'im Snashim V'Nov V'Mesachas Tainis V'Snashim V'Nov Le'im Alahim Le'im Alahas. Yirat V'Mesachas Tainis V'Snashim V'Nov Le'im Alahas.